Hello everyone and welcome to another Pins Cross World vlog. So it's been a while because, you know,
COVID.
Yeah. But we managed to get our Florida vacation, which a lot of people didn't, so we were very lucky with that.
Fortunately we got back a few days before
lockdown.
Started.
About a week I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're now allowed out and about again, so we are somewhere down south. I don't actually know really where we're staying. Just south, somewhere off the M25. But today we are going to, and I'm not gonna give the correct name, but the Harry Potter Experience.
Warner Brothers Studio Tour.
There you go. That's where we're going. I've never been before. I'm very excited. Alistair has been up for a couple of years.
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
So we think it's the Year of Slytherin or something is the new exhibition. So there's parts of it that remain the same continuously, and then they do different events. So that's the current event. So that's exciting. But we are currently exciting places in the car park.
St Albans at Starbucks, because we left our hotel very early thinking there might be any kind of traffic, and there was nothing. So we got here about an hour early.
So yesterday when we were driving down, there's like roadworks all along the M4.
See the M4, the M4, M3, whatever.
So they were tailed right back. So we were like, okay, we need to take this into account in the morning so that we've got time. But we overshot it by a long way. So we're having breakfast at Starbucks, so that's nice. Anyway, we will check back in once we get there.
When you arrive at the car park, parking is free, or you can pay extra for priority parking. If you have an electric vehicle like we do, you will be asked if you want to charge it, and if you say yes, they'll direct you to the chargers, which are located pretty much right outside the entrance to the studio. Charging isn't free, it's on Pod Point and the prices vary, so just check, but it cost us less than £5. So we made it to...
There we are. I don't know, there's something about the studio tour, the Harry Potter Experience. Yay! Just a Slytherin, and I'm a Gryffindor, but I wanted to be a Hufflepuff. I know. I wanted to be the Badger.
And it's really sunny today.
It's really bright, and my sunglasses broke yesterday as we arrived at the hotel. Alistair has new ones, RIP the ones that he lost on Space Mountain. Yes. Anyway, we're going in.
So we visited during the COVID outbreak, so basically they have enhanced procedures in place. So you get a temperature check before you enter, and you have to scan the NHS England QR code. It's also much reduced capacity inside, which was quite good for us, as it meant basically the place looked empty once you got through the first section. They also, since I've last been, have added this really cool dragon, and they've redesigned the entrance area as well, but I don't know if that's due to COVID or if that happened a long time ago.
We have the House of our Heroes, we have our Gryffindors, and probably the most important set of robes from Philosopher's Stone way back in 2000 when he was just 11 years old. It includes his original Gryffindor tie and the teeny tiny wizarding hats he wears to top it all off. Now, just like Harry, Ron and Hermione would have done, you've entered the costume. That one belongs to his size double, who was a man named Martin Head that resembled Robbie Coltrane's face when he played in the films, and we'll all get to see that in action later on in the tour's day. Now with that, everyone, your time here is very slowly coming to an end, and 16 loading stitches. Have a read over the first 2 pages. It has all of the information you need to know and where you will find everything. But I will let you know that your first snitch is that one floating above the left-hand archway as you exit the Great Hall that Alex is wonderfully pointing out to you. And anyone with the audio guides with the green lanyards, out those archways are our directors.
Once you've gone through the Great Hall and they've done their little introductory speech, you get a few minutes to take some photos and wander around yourself before they slowly start ushering you out of the Great Halls for the next group coming in. That's the only bit that you're really limited and pushed through, the rest you're free to explore on your own. So we haven't talked much as we were recording, as we were basically going through looking at things ourselves. So I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover. You're free to wander around this bit wherever you like. There is a kind of one-way system in place because of COVID, but before that you were able just to jump around wherever you wanted to go. As I mentioned already, because it's very limited numbers, it's not that busy inside, and the exhibits and set pieces change depending on what the theme is. So when we visited, it was the Celebration of Slytherin, so they've added a lot more Slytherin themed areas, including the Slytherin common room.
Silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to appreciate the science and exact expression. Select you who possess the predisposition. I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and ensnare the senses. Tell you to bottle from groove, glory, and evil.
Oh, perfect control. Look at that. Absolutely.
So you can get these studio tour passports. You can pick them up at the first kind of stamp bits right as you come through from the Great Hall, and as you go around the different parts of the exhibits there's various stamps. I think there's 7 or 8, and you can imprint your stamp on the pages as you go through. So the Burrow is something that's been there from the very beginning, and it's slightly interactive. You can wave your hand in front of certain sensors and various parts of it come to life. So you've got these things dotted around it, so you basically make the movement with your hand, and you'll see the pot and the pan comes to life, the knife, the iron, and there's knitting needles at the other side as well. So the Dark Forest section's new from when I was last here. I think it was added last year sometime. So you kind of wander through the gates, you've got a little bit of the Dark Forest where you've got some of the creatures, and then you go into Aragog's lair, which is slightly interactive. You can trigger it by moving some motion sensors, and then these spiders and things drop down on you, as you will see.
It's not a spider can jump out, is it?
I don't know, this is new. Probably. So, on the left. So you end up in King's Cross Station eventually, where there's the photo opportunities with the trolleys running through the wall. And you also have the actual train that was used in the movies for the film. After King's Cross, you go through to a kind of midpoint of the tour where there's a little cafe, and then you go into this outdoor area where there's the night bus. You can go inside Privet Drive. You also have the Potter's Cottage at Godric Hollow, and there's the Hogwarts Bridge, which isn't actually mentioned in the books, but they had it in the film, so there's a whole placard telling you all about that as well.
I want to go inside the bridge part.
months, no years, went into developing these huge creatures as well as...
So you might think we're finished, but the process not on the letter, but it kind of gives you the idea. So these are just one colour. What we need to do is we need to bring them alive by painting. So that happens here. Painting off with mask takes about 3 to 4 days, depending on the age,
And you can see it.
So also new for me is the complete replica of all the Gringotts sets. So the actual main bank bit is, if you've been to Universal Studios in Florida, pretty much the same, but it's amazingly detailed. The marble, all the goblins are along it, and basically everything there. You can also then go through into the actual vault sets.
We had to put a very intricate axle through the middle of the car, then we tragically finished it up and it suddenly looked like it was going to be a comedy last film like we built the second car. That was completely different. In that car's car, we were very sense of
So the miniature
the visual effects were what you find in certain pieces we had, they were scanned and digitized, and they were able to then place back into the shop to create pieces which were expanded.
we had this idea that it would be a bit like popcorn, and you would see it popping and popping and popping, and every time it popped into the fuse, and then it would pop. Felt dangerous and like a bit erratic. One of the complications was the interaction, so we had to
There.
We got it on timer.
So this bit is really cool. It's basically the destroyed Gringotts Bank after you've freed the dragon from down in the vaults. And of course you've got Diagon Alley. There's various staff in this area that will point out all the little details to you. They're really chatty and friendly. I know it's empty when we came through here, but they'll just stop you and start talking about stuff, as you'll see.
Your visitors.
That's okay. We don't mind.
You having a good time? Yeah, they're very good though, yes. We're sort of reduced capacity, but it's kind of nice to get a bit more one-on-one time with people. Looking for as many children that have walked up, so yeah, have a good day. Apparently that's the one they designed for James Potter. So that would have been made for the fifth film, and then they put it in here as a nice little curio. The other ones, they're like ones extras.
Those ice creams are very tempting today, don't they? They're actually made out of polish. Beautiful little wooden joints. They're not something that propped in. Not that they, you know, they wouldn't go to that detail. Yeah. So they're obviously something that's something.
Well spotted, you see it? And the very last bit of the tour is this giant Hogwarts model that they used for filming all the external scenes. It moves continuously between nighttime, as it is just now, and daytime, slowly over the space of maybe 5 minutes. If you visit in winter, it's also decorated in snow, and some snow falls down as well, because the other times I've came it has been winter. But it is an amazing model, and it's a nice end to the tour.
Like you say, show me about that.
Then lastly, you come through this room where they have all these wand boxes on the wall, and every single person that's worked on the movies have their name on one of these boxes. If you happen to know someone, or you were in the movie yourself, you just speak to one of the staff members there, and they have a big book, and they'll tell you exactly where your wand box is. And that's it for our quick visit to Warner Brothers Studio Tour in London. One thing I will say is that a lot of people seem to think it's for children, and it's really not. Especially young children. There was quite a lot of young children there the day we visited, and in the past when I visited, and they quickly get bored. Within the first maybe 30 minutes, they're already fed up, and it's not for them. It's a museum, it's got some interactive areas, but it's for people that really love the books or the films. It's not a theme park, basically, and I think that's what a lot of people seem to misunderstand or forget about it. But anyway, we strongly recommend if you're in London and you're a Harry Potter fan, you should take a trip out to Watford to the Harry Potter studio tour. You do have to book in advance though. Even without COVID, it's not something you can just turn up on the day. It's always extremely busy. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed these videos. Hopefully we're going to start posting some more often now that COVID's gone and the UK is starting to open up. Hopefully we'll get back to other theme parks. So if you want to be notified when we post new videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like this. And leave us a comment below if you've been to the studio tour and what your favourite part of it is. Until next time, bye!